Welcome once again to the next round of the Atomic World Challenge. We have, as you can see, a stellar full field of players today with some of the fastest cars on the track. I'm actually being told that it's a maze that these guys were able to keep the high times that they did. They actually brought the par time actually up, which I haven't heard about in a long time. So I'm thinking it's going to be a fast group as they go around here on Grotti Circuit. I've actually seen the course. It's a great course. A little bit tight on certain areas, a little bit of, bumpy areas that just some can be very uncomfortable to drive down. But these guys seem to be on their way to be able to challenge with it. So as you can see, this is a big Comet SR field. Spectre Customs in the back. Juxury did his run in his and did a really good job with it. But for the most part, the SRs are dominating the field, and like I said, they've actually pulled the par time up with the speeds that they're running. So this should be a fast race. As we start off, we're starting on Voodoo. Again, another ex-champion here. You can actually see his license plate actually says Season 1 champ, which I think is a great addition to the car. And we see the top four guys. Newcomer SAS Montana, who set the first time out, sets the pole. It's the way we roll it around here. First group of guys come in and they do their stuff. So we're going to jump up to RPM if I can find him. There we go. That front pack is tight. Juxtry's having problems maintaining grip on his steering wheel, and it's causing him to fall off a little bit as Montana's moving up the pack. I think the par time today is a minute flat, giving RPM no room to move there. And we're already having some lag problems back in the back. So let's check out some of our other guys back here as these guys up here battle it out a little bit. See Geezer, who has notoriously moved his way to the front of the pack on a couple of different occasions here. He got actually voted for the better of the two looking cars with him and Agent. I believe Agent did not make it tonight. They are actually working on another championship that they're putting together right now. As we see these guys just straight battling it out. So one of the problems that I have some of these courses, which I really love it, but in the same respect it's kind of a curse, is that the overpasses will change the view that I have. So it makes it difficult to see some things. Oh, Voodoo bumping Trump. But he's pulling it back together. Voodoo's trying to use all that track. We'll jump up to FSX. So there he is, just moving ahead. He's just trying to get away from him so that they don't end up tapping each other, letting him pass. And there's Geezer. As FXME settles into his course, we'll drop up from Geezer to back to RPM. So it looks like there's some space between this group. So it looks here like Juxury and SAS is moving out. So let's jump over. Let's see the times right now. I think the par time was a minute flat. Oh, yeah. With a 101, you're going to be dominating this track. 102s, 102s. Another 101. Geezer moving up the 101, showing that he's going to be top contention if he can get up there to get to moving. And I'm going to go back to these guys because they are battling it out. Two guys both doing 102s. Par time being, I believe, one flat. but there is a lot of room for error in here. And they are literally neck and neck. And I mean, you could tell by their times that they are just they're gonna be going back and forth. Big crash. And RPM, well, there you go. They tightened it up, but Geezer and that, look at that. Geezer and FSX-Me are moving up into the section here to see if they can vie for that position. And it's just it's a parking lot full of guys that are just looking to Juxury banging into the wall. FS dropping out of the party. I don't know if that's actually him dropping or so he's not in the party, but he's still in the race. So I'm thinking he's still here. Well, he didn't drop, so he's still in it. Geezer with that 101 time, but still not having. I mean, he gets in that traffic. It may be something he's not accustomed to. FSX-Me holding it. Juxury's now dropped back into the 4th position. And RPM is just trying to dominate that front area there. So taking his paces, moving up on RPM, got him right in his view, just can't seem to capitalize on that position. A lot of big running room there. Moved on the inside. It looks like the Shafter V12's brakes did not do what they were supposed to do there, and that's something that's typical for that car. Now they're in the battle here for their next position. So is RPM going to drop? Yeah, there we see FSX-Me with Juxury bearing down on him again. Wonder if something's wrong with that car. Maybe he took a little bit too much damage to the front end of it. He's definitely not on his pace of what he's usually at in this track, but still has the nice speed coming into the straights there. So the car's doing what it needs to do. It just doesn't have the muscle to take just Juxury out. But see right there, it just pulls away. Coming into this corner, this is a tight corner, and you see him brake heavy. That's usually where and he left Juxury behind. No, there's again Geezer moving in heavy. Come on, I want to see this. He's lost control of it right as he came around, and now he's giving up his position to Voodoo. That's got to be frustrating. I mean, just to see that front group right there just kind of drive away as you kind of, tink into the wall a little bit, and then now you're riding it, and then it's all over until you can catch up again. So who's that? There's Voodoo up there. He's making moves too. Another Comet SR guy. So let's look at these times again. So 101.326 FSX-Me, right back, we're seeing an order thing here. Voodoo with the 101 and Geezer with the 101. They're really the only guys that are out of order for their lap times in position. So let's see if they can capitalize on that. They may just be traffic, but they are moving up on these guys and just gunning for bumpers here. And as RPM and Geezer takes the position away. As these guys start dominating, fighting it out for a position, they end up slowing down the other pack, and they end up allowing other people to catch up, especially when you bump into somebody and you roll them around. And also, if you get too much into that fight with each other like that, you allow the guy in the first place to get stronger distance. But with that 101, and he's Geezer. That's going to put Geezer enough back that it's back to these guys. And these guys are the guys with the 101s. They have literally first, second. They should have plenty of time up there. So I heard that there was a group of pedestrians standing in the road, but I didn't see it. So now we're gonna move up to, let's see, is SAS? Yeah, SAS is still up at the front here. So let's see the distance that he has. I thought that was him up there, but it's tough to tell. See where he's at in this lineup here. So he's moving around. Oh, 770, very strong vehicle. Nice purple, nice flag to go on the side. So he's going to pull right through the Moores Mutual area. And now we'll see where Juxtree is in relativity with FSX Me. It's with some of the load times between positions is very tough to position it. Oh, we have a new best lap there. A 1 flat with Voodoo. He is really pushing it to get that position, and I believe that's RPM behind him. So Juxtree's lost a lot of leeway to the. Was that somebody in position? Nope. Oh, it was Shed. So let's move around a little bit. I want to see some of the other guys. Let's go back to the back. I always love showing off some of the cars here. I'm going to see Shed, and I want to see Ricky. We'll see Shed brought, I believe, a nice-looking car today, and I would hate for him to not have a chance to have that. Yeah, look at that color. Oh, such a beautiful car. It would be nice to have it do a little bit better in the timings, but it is what it is, so might be having some problems out there. Yep, that's not helping. So we might be looking at a weather condition on the track as we go over to Ricky in the Hayes Spectre Custom here. Great car. Love the look of it. So, and we'll go over to the man who brings us this every week, Sneaky Giraffe. You got to give him at least a little kudos. He's a little bit falling behind today, which is weird for this car because this is a really good car. As he comes in on Trump and walks away. And here's somebody that I wanted to see, and I didn't have a mic, so it was hard pressed for me to know that he was even available. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, he's playing, and he's also a strong racer. Crimmins. With that, I think the Lone Massacros is something that crash into the wall, take a piece of the siding with you, if you will. So RPM not doing too well here. Move back and see how far out he is. Looks like other people are having the same problem. RPM's driving really slow here, so I don't know if he had a problem or if that car is really catching up to him. Here's Geezer has moved up. It looks like, who's this? Voodoo? Oh, yeah, Voodoo's up in third now. We're talking about a car that's on the road right now. These guys have been pretty consistent with their laps, so we're going to move up. I want to look at Voodoo here because he is moving up with a dedication. He was the first person to break the 1 minute time, and he's continued to push his way up through the space to try to get up to the top. And I'm going to say that Crimmins did not like the track. Oh. So I'm wondering if he's just got a ton of space between him and... So let's move up to FSX Me, see if he's got a better look at the front place guy. And then what we'll do is we'll go from first to last again and just see the distances. So yeah, he can't see him. And then we're gonna move up to SAS Montana. Montana had made the pole today. He is dominated first place and is now catching up to lap traffic. It's funny that we were talking about this early the other day, and he was talking about how, well, you know, he's like, I'm not the fastest racer out there, but I like to be consistent. And the first thing I said is that's how you win races, is be consistent. And look at what we got going on here. A consistent racer, not the fastest, but being consistent, and has dominated this race today. So here he's coming up on the next group. We'll do our run through the entire group just by sticking with Montana, right? So there's Trump and Sneaky battling it out, but little do they know, does the number one in the position come out and is looking to put them a lap down. And I mean, he's not, that's the thing is he's not got the top. I mean, they finally dropped to the ones, but he's not got the best lap. I mean, it's up there now, but before he was still doing 102, then 101s, and then going back to 10s. So here he is, finally caught up to Trump, who was having some problems with Sneaky. And I think he's going to make this turn count. Nope, got some distance on him. That 770 is a very fast straight line car. I wonder, oh, their Sheds is taking a little bit of the spin, and now he's a solid lap down. And there goes Trump. So one more down as we look for gun for Sneaky. And there's Shed again. So we're going to move from, as soon as we get a good landmark here, we're going to lose from him to FSX Me. I want to see something we know. Okay, so for the tire, he's going to move onto the tire. I think he's got significant distance, and there he is passing Shed. So after that is Voodoo, who I really thought was going to move up. I mean, if he hadn't picked up his pace, Voodoo was not going to let him lie on it. He was going to move up into that position, and now it's pretty much been a 1-2-3 battle. First, second, and third. So there he is. He's coming under the bridge there. And looking to lap It's King Trump. And then after that we have, let's see, Geezer, who did really well the other week, has now had some difficulty making something happen today. It's coming out of having some really good laps earlier. There's FX Shed, Juxury. Who is that? Is that Ricky? Yeah, Ricky Bobby. And Juxury into the wall. Big crash. You heard it here first, folks. Juxury has blocked the street and giving Geezer something to slow him down even more. That does not work in his favor, and he's probably upset about it. Here's RPM. Oh wow, RPM has dropped back significantly too. So yeah, this is pretty much, I mean, I hate to say it, but this is like remember how I was saying before about how people raise the kind of the bar on this. I mean, this is our fast guys getting dropped all the way to the back and not having the ability to make something happen here, capitalize on the situation. And it's unfortunate because they're strong racers, and the distance that they have to make up right now is just, I think the word is excessive. We may already have basically the way the things are going to go, other than between the fight between Juxtree and Geezer. If Juxtree has any luck hitting the wall again, Geezer may be able to do something with that. So here's that lap traffic with Ricky Bobby. Ricky taking the outside, RPM making a move on the inside there so he can get back in with Geezer to try to get that position back. This race is a championship. It'll take 10 races, I believe, total. And at the end of it, one player's, I believe, going to get a cash card. I don't know if it's 500,000 or $1 million. But I remember the joke about saying, now with the way GTA dollars are, you can buy half a car with your earnings. So, but that's, for upgrade wise, I think you could probably get quite a bit with it. I mean, that's, other than the Benny's cars, of course, you could probably fully upgrade a car. Geezer there is passing Juxtree, finally getting past him. Juxtree's running a little slow. But this has been one of those days, well, at least one of those tracks where I'm kind of like, is it people running slow, or is it just they get off pace? It could be so much, especially with a thin track. Things get a little kilter. See, like he's really not pulling off the line very fast there. And that's caused him to get back into this fight with Juxtree. So is it the top place guys? Yeah, so Montana, me, and Voodoo dropped. Oh, no. Voodoo had some sort of problems with this car, and he is out. He had this happen before a long time ago, and that is devastating. That should drop him back to the 10th position. I believe Tomboy tried to join today, too, and was not able to get his vehicle to start up. And here Voodoo at late game race is now out of the race. That's killer. It's crashed by Geezer. Juxtree moves to the inside. Trump moves out of the way, but not able to make anything happen with it. And there it is. It's gone. That's internet, man. That's all car party and everything packed up, trucks driven away, and that's the end of his race today. These guys, we're going to stick with them a little bit. See the laps, 101 to 101 from Juxtree. Geezer's the faster car, but Juxtree does not want to give up. And who would? I mean, why give up when you can fight it the whole way through, all the way to the end, and maybe even take a win without having the best lap? Yeah, Voodoo had the best lap for a while there too, and all of a sudden it was like just something happened with the car. Well, hopefully we'll be able to find out between now and then what the problems were, and see if something can happen with it. As we see Geezer with his low life plate. Hey, if you guys, it's a big thing is we got a big Spectre custom battle that went on between last one. That Geezer handedly won. I was kind of shocked about that. And then now we have a Juxtree and Geezer battle going on for best looking Spectre Custom. So it's not just about winning the race, it's about looking good doing it, I guess, which I am all for. And we can see exactly who has the better car. Right now, Juxtry is definitely showing he has the better vehicle as he moves way out in front. So move back to our leader, who I'm guessing at this point has nothing but wind and air in his sails right now as he cruises handedly through the front of the pack. May not be getting lap in traffic as he goes. He may not have gotten the fastest lap for this race, but has ran consistently just off the pace of the fastest lap, and for that reason has capitalized from day one. The moment they got out of the pack and put the power down, he had dominated, and it looks like he doesn't plan on letting up anytime soon with that domination. Really, just he would really need to, for lack of a better term, choke to get himself to lose any kind of position here and not win the race. So from pole to victory lane is going to be where I'm going to guess that this is going to end. But we shall see. It's not over till it's over. As he rides through traffic here, hoping that everybody remembers that he is actually the leader and doesn't crash into him. The thing is a random factor in any match is always the other racers, and that is what you have to keep an eye out for when driving the track. But as any teacher would tell you, drive the track first and focus on how you get there to the end faster than everybody else. And as we see here, Montana is doing that and doing it well. Well, Ricky is actually doing a good job here of holding off a leader as he crosses the finish line. And we'll move over to the next position. Oh, there we go. And there was somebody right behind him. I didn't want to move because I wanted to see him. And that was FSX me. So we want to go to that Geezer Juxtry battle. What does he got? What does he got? Oh, and they ended. So it'll be Geezer in third, and Juxtry is not finished yet. Oh, there's Juxtry moving across the line, and then RPM coming in behind him. Well, Geezer definitely put down the time for it, so I think he was kind of deserving of the position. I really didn't think he would get it, though. Every time I move to somebody, fine, I'll move to where are we at? Oh, we're on Ricky Bobby, right? Or we'll do It's King Trump. And I'm sure these guys had a battle back here. I wish there was a way to get a view from everybody, but it doesn't always happen. Regardless, that's your ending. Montana pole to win with FSX me with the best lap. Geezer in third. And a great group of guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you the next time for the Atomic World Challenge. Bye.